We're talking about date night since COVID busted out, and we're doing it all at home. And that's our hook. It sounds weirder than it actually is, guys, because ever since this COVID thing broke out, we would usually take time to go out to dinner, see a movie, spend time with one another. And ever since this thing went down, date night has pretty much gone out the window. And it's, either Hallmark movies, which she's in love with. And if you've never enjoyed Hallmark movies, I hope your wife gets into them for your sake. You would love Christmas in July.
No.
Oh, they're fantastic.
No. And see, this is why I love my wife, because she would never do that.
And then, if there were sports around, at least she would be cool, and we'd put on whatever game was on. Like, my wife's cool with just putting whatever sports on, sitting through it. It's what she grew up with. It's what she finds normal, which is fine by me. Yep. But I've got nothing now, and we've been trying to use the old Disney Plus, Netflix. And I have more subscription services now than I ever had before.
So you pay more for cable now than you did when you had cable.
Absolutely. And it's like,
at least you're part of the cool kids club and you cut the cord. All right. Let me know what that's.
No,
let me know what that's like when.
No,
when
we still have cable.
When you can't get game day NFL ticket on.
I want that this
when
year.
They're playing.
But we have nowhere to go, man. I mean, I loved going to the movies, and now it's all coming to me. I mean,
this
is
not
even
what I
the
would
same.
tell you. My wife and I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
My daughter is almost 3. My son is, I don't know, 18.
A couple of months.
18 months.
There you go, like
18
one
months.
something.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
He's less than her.
Right. Just gonna buy from
date night
doesn't exist anymore.
It's not that it doesn't exist. It is extremely hard. And parents out there that are listening, they know.
Right.
Right now, the challenge for us is you could still have date nights. So you could still go on dates. You can't go out to restaurants and things. You can't go to movies. You could still plan a date.
Sure.
The challenge for us is there is no such thing as childcare.
God. Oh yeah.
Right. Because you can't take the kids over to grandma's.
No, not right now.
Right. Can't have babysitters.
Nanny's not going to do it.
Right?
Nobody.
You can have a nanny.
Can you?
You can have a nanny if you read the rules, right? Yeah. You can have a nanny, but the nanny can only be there while you're working.
You're kidding.
Correct.
But what's the point of a nanny then? Everybody's working from home.
I didn't write the stupid regulation. I'm just
Who did? I don't like it.
We are not getting into that right now.
You're right. Let's not talk politics.
All right. So for us, we've had to find creative ways. So let's plan time to watch this particular show or this particular movie.
Put the kids to bed at a certain time, watch a movie together, spend our time with each other.
Right. So that was really, again, we could go on walks. We could do that. You could go to the park and have a picnic.
Yeah.
Right. But we can't escape the 2 munchkins.
No, because they'll always be there.
Because they are there. And you can't drop them off at grandma's.
Mom.
No, she doesn't do that.
Not yet.
Oh, it's worse.
Oh,
she doesn't do that.
What does she do?
Well, everything that my wife says, my daughter says no and does the exact opposite.
Oh, my.
And then my son is learning how to talk. And so he just...
It's got to be cute.
He just repeats things. He's like a parrot.
Yeah,
so
I've made that mistake with nephews.
And then my daughter repeats them louder, and then he repeats them louder, and then they just start screaming.
Right. And if you use the wrong word, they are very good at pronouncing all the words they shouldn't know. I learned that lesson with in-laws and their kids.
I am proud to say that I was not the first person to teach my daughter a swear word.
Yes.
I was
must
the second,
admit,
but I was not the first.
I think I was the first to teach my nephew the S word, and I said it during a football game. Because I was like,
because you were watching the Bengals and they're terrible.
No, this was a. Yeah, if I
look,
there's not many.
Everybody knows, right?
They're gonna be better. They got to be better than they were last year, winning a game, 2.
All right,
we'll see. I'm hoping for 5, but either way, I said an S word during a football game. I think it was some Patriots game, just because I like to root against them. And I said the S word out loud, and he immediately looked right at me. His head turned right to me, and he said, "Poop!" in the bad word. And I was like, and I hear his mom go, and I hear his dad go, "Ah!"
Exactly. That's exactly the reaction. That's exactly what that. When my daughter said it, my wife was going upstairs, and I don't remember. I can't say what she actually said, and it wasn't awful.
No, but it's just one of the words I shouldn't say.
However, when your kid repeats it in their little kid voice, oh, it's hilarious.
It is. It makes you want to laugh. I mean, I was just flabbergasted and shocked because I was like, oh, crap, I said it in front of the kid. And then his dad's just laughing his butt off. And mom is just, how could you say that in front of my son? And then she repeats the same word when she goes upstairs. I mean, but anyway.
Yeah, so we have, before this happened, we would make conscious efforts, right, to go out on
and
dates.
do something.
It's just, at this point in time, I think even if we would like to, even if we could, we really can't.
Wow.
Because, you can't send the kids out. You can't bring people over.
Right.
And it just is what it is. I think the last date we went on was Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. I think that's close to when my wife and I went out to dinner. And
we went out to dinner.
Had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, we went out to dinner, and my wife is quite the foodie, so she orders really
I've heard
fancy
that
things.
she really likes Ocean Eats.
She loves Ocean Eats.
Yes.
She loves Larry.
Larry came in with pizza and wings today from Crush Pizza.
I know.
It was amazing.
I talked to him.
It was delicious.
We also had other food delivered from Pizza Republica.
Their sandwich was amazing.
It was really good.
Their sandwiches are amazing. We're sitting here plugging people.
However, right, you can still you could still make some effort and put together a nice date night.
Yes.
In fact, if you utilized your she shed properly.
Which we have moved away from the she shed, and we have agreed upon a deck.
All right, see? I told you.
All we had to do was talk it out. Apparently, me saying things like, what the F are you going to use that for, and you'll never effing use it, were some improper nomenclature to use.
This is why you are suffering greatly without date night, because you don't have a way to make up for the idiocy that comes out of your mouth.
There are times I'm learning.
I'm not saying I don't say equally as dumb things as what you've just said into the microphone.
Indeed.
Because I do, and I'm fully aware that I do. But I always have the backup of, I've got 2 little kids, and I'm just... Because my poor wife, I mean, she sits at home with those things for all day. She doesn't get any relief.
You
love your kids, but holy moly,
There's a reason why I've had other parents tell me that, like, I can only handle it for a few. One of the guys that works here, he's like, I tried to work at home for a few days, and he's like, I couldn't get anything done. My kids were always there
because they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything.
Dad, Mom, what are you doing?
It used to be like she would drive. She'd put him in the car, drive him down to the park, go visit the chickens.
Yeah,
walk along the river.
Right,
the creek.
One of those
river.
Absolutely. There's all kinds of things to do in town with them.
You can't do that.
No, everything's shut down.
She's not going to do it.
They're not coming to parks these days.
You can go to parks.
Yeah, but none of the good parks
Just don't
where
play
you got all the...
with your daughter.
And get arrested. Or almost... No,
soon.
it's perfect. Thank you, Brighton Police.
They apologized.
They did. That was really nice of them.
It
was really stupid to begin with. So, yeah.
But you should.
Well, I've already got a few
date
plans.
nights.
I did. I've since the anniversary and her birthday are close together, she's getting 2 things. I'm not trying to put them all together at once because you never do that. I learned that lesson from wiser men than I. But she's going to get her favorite cake by her grandmother.
Okay.
And then I'm ordering all of her favorite foods from, of all places, she loves the Texas Roadhouse. The rolls, the steak, all of that stuff there. So she's like, hey.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, I've taken her to some fine restaurants. Del Frisco's here in town. We've
Every
been
time
to or Shanahan's.
Now, you said Roadhouse. You only said it once, and I just cannot. I cannot get Family Guy out of my head.
Roadhouse.
No. And that movie was on. It was on a couple weeks ago, and I was watching it, and my wife goes, "What are you watching?"
Yeah.
And I just said exactly what you said. Roadhouse. She looked at me
like no clue.
Which is the normal look she gives me because I'm a jackwagon. Yeah. And then I had to pause the movie and go on my phone and pull up the video of that show and show it to her.
So Peter can look at the camera and be like, Roadhouse.
He just walks around.
Roadhouse.
And then the one where he's driving, Roadhouse.
My wife had never seen Roadhouse. And we were watching Family Guy, and she said the same thing. She's like, what's Roadhouse? And I was like, let me show you.
So Roadhouse is a terrible movie.
No, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I love the movie.
It's a great movie.
His martial arts when he's like,
it's so terrible. It's so terrible.
It was terrible, but it's so good.
But it's like that 80s movie that is made for husbands and wives. It's like because the guy gets to see it's just nonstop bar brawls
and action and
right?
masculinity
But
and stuff. Yeah.
it's Patrick Swayze, and
he was a
takes his shirt off
right?
most of the time.
Rips a guy's throat out. Spoiler for those of you who haven't seen it from the 80s.
Look, watch the movie. If you're a guy, watch the movie with your significant other. It'll work out for you.
Absolutely. You will love every moment of that date night right there, buddy.
Just imagine in the very beginning, wham!
Oh, and Sam Elliott's in it.
Sam Elliott is it?
He's
And
got the
young.
long hair. Yeah.
He's young.
Dude never ages.
Well, he's clearly aged.
What?
But
Well,
he
a lot of
looks
drinking.
the same.
Yeah.
He looks very leathery, and his voice is still
Right.
really deep.
Hey, your partner. You know, he's just got that voice. Anyway.
It's not Sam Elliott from Tombstone.
No, but it is Sam Elliott being a martial arts
He's
brawler.
He's not as good as good old
Swayze,
Patrick.
Right. Live in a barn, drive a fast car.
There's a monster truck in that movie
There
too.
is it was Bigfoot, wasn't it? I
Oh,
think.
no, I don't know if it was. I don't think so. It was modeled off of that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, does monster truck rally still exist?
Oh yeah. You haven't seen that at the
Man,
Pepsi
I have
Center?
to go.
Now it's all
I went as a kid.
WWE stuff.
Used to go
It's
as a
it's
kid.
good. I've seen a lot of them.
USA One was my favorite.
Good for you. I was always a Gravedigger fan.
You would be.
Gravedigger.
You would be.
I love those voices because the way you say it, Gravedigger.
USA One. I had that remote. I didn't buy.
I had Bigfoot too.
I had it bought for me
Yes.
when I was a kid. And
those
then as a science
Forward, back,
project,
left, and right. That was it. That's all
no,
you needed.
the ones that you like the kits that you put together. Like the
wow.
couple $100 ones. Where
Yeah.
you had to have the battery charger. We had to build. We used to
Good for you.
And then a 6th grade science project.
Yeah.
Right. I mounted a plow, a snow plow, to the front of it, so that I could plow the driveway when it snowed.
Why didn't I not doubt any of this?
Well, I've got pictures. I have a Polaroid of it. Polaroid.
If you don't know what a Polaroid is, you haven't lived. We're amazing. We're amazing. Yeah. Getting the green screen to go away.
So, yeah. So I have a Polaroid of it, and the whole idea was then when my mom would tell me that I have to go shovel the snow,
Yes.
that I could just take the RC car out and do it. The problem is when it snows
Yes.
and you grow up in Nebraska, there was no such thing as powder dustings,
No, it was dumpings of snow.
and it's the snow that you can make snowmen out of,
yes, and it's
which means a tiny little jack on a tiny little
with a
remote
12-volt
control car
battery.
doesn't work.
Nope. Would run out of power. And like, look.
No, it just stops, and then the gears strip, and then you cry
Then
because
your dad laughs, hands you the
you
shovel, and
can't
sends
because
on
you
your
don't
way.
have enough money to go and buy the gears that you need to replace the gearboxes, and then you finally save up enough money, but you don't have the grease to actually grease them, so then they burn. And then
The things
it's not
you
like
learn.
this actually happened. But by the
Yeah.
way, you can still do date night.
We could still do date night with remote control cars. Remember that one?
Oh, that would be awesome.
It would be kind of awesome. I'm thinking about that one now.
Let me, yeah,
let's
that'd be good.
do it.
If you
Anyway,
need to
guys.
if you need to borrow one, I have one in my garage.
I like it. Guys, been another episode of My Wife Hates Us. Remember, make sure that you keep date night alive with your significant other, whoever you date, whatever they may be. Go out, do some stuff with each other.
Do things.
Make date night happen at home. Put candles on the table. Make pretty things. Put on the good clothes. Comb your hair. Put on deodorant. Do what it takes. But guys, remember, ring that bell, like our show, subscribe to what we do. Check out more of the content that we create at ourcommunitynow.com. We have lots of other podcasts. We're the best ones, obviously, and probably the most popular by far. Yeah, double feature or whatever. But check us out.
They're twins. How are you going to
I
compete
know.
with that?
It's hard to compete with them. Anyway, guys, I'm Josh,
I'm Keith.
and we'll see you around.